5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Good morning, Misfits. All right, we already got some stuff in the chat. Got the green logo. Whenever I see that, there have been 2 chats. I started a whole new stream, so we shouldn't have the 2 videos at once thing going on again. We've had some technical difficulties. I don't know why. I'm not seeing anything on my end, so I think we are good. But if you guys can verify, if you're seeing 2 chats, I don't know what happened, but when I set up the stream like two shows ago, I think I set it up for 2 streams at once. I didn't even know you could do that. And I think it was playing simultaneously. So I think I got rid of that. But if I didn't, then it's because, like I've said many times, I don't know how to internet. Yeah, I'm just winging it. No, I got all this equipment and shit. No fucking idea how to use it. I mean, I just push buttons until you guys are like, "That's good," and then I just leave it there. Anyway, all right, we had some fun last night with the tater tots coming in and trying to spam the chat. And if they do that again, that's not a good idea. Like, it's really not. Look, here's the deal. The the legal action I'm going to take against Andrew Tate is 100% serious, right? I'm not fucking around. It's not because I'm sensitive. You got to protect your name. They're trying to smear me, slander me, and cancel me because I'm up and coming, and the things I'm saying are resonating. I'm getting a lot of attention and popularity, so they're trying to destroy me. And the only way you fight back is with legal action. Andrew Tate is a public figure with 11 million followers. He posted a clear lie about multiple clear lies about me, saying I beat my parents. I've been arrested for sexual assault. Like, you can't do that shit, He has way too much influence. I'm just a 40 something thousand follower account, and he's got 11 million. And what we saw last night was retaliation, I believe. I went over to the show of the people that did that, and they're talking about Andrew Tate, and then they go, let's go blitz or something his chat. That's gang stalking. That's organized cyber stalking and harassment. That is retaliation. It's fucking illegal. It's against terms of service. I don't report people unless there is illegal activity. When I say I'm a free speech absolutist, I don't mean I'm an anarchist. Okay? We're a nation of laws, and the nation of laws means you have to implement rules and regulations or you have anarchy. What these retards on fucking X who like lose their check mark or get censored, they're like, that's a violation of free speech. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. The First Amendment applies to the government silencing you for a political purpose. It doesn't apply to other people spamming you, and it doesn't really, listen, I hate to agree with, liberals from 2020 and shit like that. But if Mark Zuckerberg wants to, censor a word on his platform and you sign up for the platform, then yeah, you're agreeing to giving up a part of your speech. But when the platform takes it too far and works with the government for nefarious reasons, then it's a violation. It's very murky. But I'm telling you guys, if you see them spam the chat, I want you to screen record it and send it to me, okay? Because we have all the evidence that they are organizing attacks against me, and they want to take down my channel. They want to ruin my engagement, fuck with my analytics, get me shadow banned. It's all for a reason. What I am saying is not only true, it's getting through to the right people. I said many times um the reasoning for me doing this. I look like a fucking crazy person, by the way. Okay? Like, I know what I know what it looks like. You got Sandy in the chat right now. She watched me do this a few years ago, right? I think that anybody who watches me regularly will be like, you're far from a crazy person. So why am I doing it? Why am I acting crazy? Why do I look like an obsessed Tate fucking simp fangirl? Why? Why? I'm doing it for a reason, right? I am not a big account. If I need to be heard, I need to scream it. I'm not like these 400, 500,000 follower accounts where I can make one fucking post and it gets a million views. I have to fucking flood my timeline with it. It's a very good strategy. I've done it before. If there's an important topic, I will talk about it. It's not because I'm clout chasing or anything. Um, Sex trafficking is a huge deal to me. It's a very big deal. It's why I got back into my faith, right? It really is. I told you guys this story. I went and saw the movie Sound of Freedom. The very next day, I hit up my friend and I said, "Can I go to church with you?" I think that I'm here for a reason. So, if this is the reason, I'm going to follow through with it. There is nothing that can stop me. Nothing, right? Not even a fucking bullet. All right? I'm not joking. I am a little worried. You know, you're seeing the InfoWars guy getting beaten to death. You know, don't know why, but could be related to the fact that he worked at InfoWars. You're seeing people get swatted. You're seeing a bunch of this the tension is untenable, right? So I got my Pete 365 on. I got my Anaconda sitting right here, and I'm worried I might have to use it. I'm serious. You know, I'm not scared. Just nobody wants to do that. You know, but trust me, no amount of worry will get me to stop talking. It really doesn't matter what they do. This is happening. Meeting with lawyers, well, meeting over the phone with lawyers today. I have a few options. I have multiple options. I don't need your money. I'm not going to grift off of this. This is not going to be here. I made a GoFundMe. Nope. Nope. That was the first thing I said. I said to the attorney, I said, I am not going to crowdfund off of this. These people just helped my mother. They donated enough. If I can't pay for it, I won't do it. And that option was it was okay with them. Put it that way. We'll see what happens, but I'm going to pursue it. So I really wouldn't fuck with me because I am going to document everything. You will prove my case, you will make it for me, and I will fucking cruise into a verdict. So now that we got that out of the way, I'm going to bring on Ami Kozak today. I love this guy. If you guys haven't seen him, he's the one that does the impressions. I wish I had enough. It's been a crazy week, as you guys know. Mom passed away on Monday. I have been I haven't been getting sleep. I've been I've been really out of it. And I'm on autopilot. I'm just on hustle mode. But enough about that. I'm not trying to, sympathy farm. But I had him planned to come on, and then I had to run up and go to Boston. So I'm glad we were able to reschedule. And I didn't have enough time to put a couple of clips that I wanted to put up, but he's fucking hilarious, and we'll bring him on in a minute. But first, the daily breakdown. All right. So when I bring on a guest, I don't do the full daily breakdown. I'm going to do headlines only. We're going to get this, in and out, and then we'll bring on Ami. Um, but if you guys haven't seen the daily breakdown before, this is what we do, right? Tuesdays through I always do that. Tuesdays through Thursdays, at 7 a.m. my time Central. What I do is I just type the word news into DuckDuckGo. Whatever pops up is what we talk about, right? I will break down these stories, right? Hence the daily breakdown. You see how paranoid I am? I hear a fucking noise and I'm like, yeah, do they get me? And I know that they love that, man. I know that these people absolutely love it, but you know, I train in self-defense. Um, I know everybody's like, "Oh, I saw that video." You didn't see shit with that video. That was a shit-faced person fighting on gravel. I've trained with self-defense. I've trained with shooting and training. I'm going out this weekend, I think, to do a match. Um, and you do it for a reason. You might run into a real-world scenario where you have to save your own life. You know, I mean, I don't get the fucking average response time for 911 is way too late. That's how long it takes. All right, but for the daily breakdown, we got Russia says it's close to ousting Ukraine from its Kursk region. Well, that's not good. I thought that they were working towards a ceasefire. So Trump comes in, he starts, fucking throwing his dick on the table, and all of a sudden, Zelensky, who was like, no, we don't want this, we don't want this, he starts saying he wants a ceasefire. So we'll see what happens with that. Um, if the, disclaimer, I'm not saying I like Putin because that's what everybody says, but Zelensky is a little shit. He's a little shit. That's what he is. You have hundreds of billions of dollars of our money. How dare you? I will Greta Thunberg you. How dare you? You don't come into the Oval Office and try to embarrass the president in front of the world. I mean, it's national media, international probably. I mean, they're seeing that shit everywhere. So no, Trump told him get the fuck out. And I think what was it like a week later? He's like, okay, yeah, all right, let's do it. Next up, U.S. Senate Democrats debate path forward on government funding bill. So I was just on Real America's Voice with Jake Novak right before I jumped on the show here, and we were talking about this. So they're labeling this the Schumer shutdown. It barely passed in the House, and we already talked about fucking Thomas Massey and how upset I am about that. But it did get passed, right? Even with that little hiccup. Now, Senate Democrats are saying they're going to block it. I think Sean was telling me it needs what 60 votes. So the Senate Democrats have always come out and said if you shut down the government, it's the worst thing ever, right? It's like, oh my god, the country's going to stop functioning. What are we going to do? I want to be very clear because, when I comment on something, I get people that sort of just put words in my mouth, right? So when I say something like, like about Thomas Massey, this, that, and the other, they're like, oh, do you want this? And I'm like, no, no, it's not what I'm saying. What I'm like, because I said you should pass the CR, right? Pass the CR because we voted for Trump. In the first 100 days, you should just go yes, 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 right? Because of the mandate, all right? I'm not saying forever. I'm just saying don't, as your own party, don't go against the guy who just got record numbers and just get in line for just for 100 days, right? If you want to start boasting and grandstanding after that, fucking go ahead. But now we got the Democrats, right? So I have always been in favor of a government shutdown, always, right? I have always screamed, fucking shut it down. And the reason for that is I want to see what happens, right? I think that people would be very shocked to realize that the country functions just fine without government, right? We would be fine. And then they would go, why the fuck are we paying these people? So I am pro shutdown. Again, when I say pass the CR because it's the first 100 days, I'm talking about just right now. Here's the deal. If the government shuts down, Doge shuts down. If the government shuts down, Trump's momentum gets killed. If the government shuts down, shit gets crazy. I usually want that. Right now, I do not. Two things can be true at the same time. So we'll see what happens. I think that they may actually block it, and we'll see. We'll see. I think that this is going to backfire like everything else that they do. I don't think people are going to go, "Oh, it's Trump's fault." Fucking the House GOP passed it. It's if all of the GOP Republican, the Senate, um, if they vote on it, it really is going to be directly at the Democrats' feet, and they're just going to people are just going to keep moving away from that party. They won't be in power for the next 12 years, which is what I want. So it's a win-win for me. All right, next up, before we bring on Ami, Trump vows new tariffs after EU retaliates on steel, aluminum, Live updates. All right, so again, there is a new big swinging dick in town, and his name is Donald Trump. Okay, the the comfortability of other nations and our own with Joe Biden over the past 4 years, we literally had our government was on autopilot. It wasn't even on autopilot. It was like a Tesla on autopilot while an orgy was going on inside. It was a clown show, right? It was barely functioning, and the only thing that the government was doing is enriching themselves and doing a bunch of nefarious shit. This is the other reason why I have a problem with everybody being like, release the Epstein list. It's like, dude, yes, I'm with you. I'm with you. Again, don't put words in my mouth. But is it fucking important right now? Do you need your favorite conspiracy theory answered right this second? Or can Trump focus on the two fucking wars, the border, the economy, the fucking countries that are telling us that they're going to shut off our fucking electricity? This is why I don't scream and yell at Trump because he hasn't noticed my Andrew Tate posts yet. I understand that he's busy. A lot of moving parts. I don't know if you know that. But you just keep on. You soldier on. You keep moving forward, but just stop screaming like a child in Walmart. Right? It's like shut up. It's been 55 fucking days. I mean, I don't know. I have to go and move my mom's shit out of her apartment now that she passed away, right? It's taking longer than 55 days for me to figure out how to do that. Right? Like I have to go back and forth and shit. I've got people like, "Hey, do you want to buy this fucking ottoman?" It's like, "No, just fucking chill." Is my point. Just fucking chill. But yeah, Donald Trump came in and he hit the new prime minister. Don't know his name. Don't give a fuck about his name because he's going to be gone in October. And he was like, yeah, okay, fuck you. I'll shut your whole entire automobile industry down. And then Canada was like, we were just kidding. Are you guys seeing a pattern here? Right? Are you seeing a fucking pattern? Another country flexes, Donald Trump calls, and then they fold. New big swinging dick. Fucking get on board with it, guys, because it's going to keep happening. All right, let's bring on Ami. We're going to call him right now. We're going to pull him in, and we're going to see if I have to fix his box. We have a box problem on this show. There he is. All right, let's see if I'm retarded. All right, we got the Ami Kozak. Here he is. Ah, you fit right in the box. Oh, he fucking left. Okay. All right. Well, we'll try that again. That happened last night too. Skype is fucking up. Skype is being weird because it's going down in May. We're gonna have to figure out how to bring guests on, but let's see. Okay, you're gonna have to turn on your There he is. All right.
Hey,
Hey. All right. Can you hear me, good brother?
can hear you perfect.
Okay.
Yes, good to be with
Yeah,
you.
you too, man. I don't know if you watched the show up until this point. We were just doing the daily breakdown.
Sure.
You know, what I do with the show is I really liked the idea, but it's a fun story about how I formatted this show.
Hmm.
I have a real job. I do construction. I build kitchens and bathrooms.
Mm.
So I was like, how can I do a show that I don't have to prepare for? Right? And I go on DuckDuckGo every morning, maybe 15, 20 minutes before the show. I type the word news into the show, right into the search bar. I take like 4 or 5 screenshots and then I just break down whatever pops up. So usually I'll have a little more in depth.
Probably more preparation than most mainstream media does. So good for you.
So anyway, I really wanted to bring you on because this is an important strategy for defeating your enemies. You have perfected it, and it is with comedy, right? People do not realize how much I am trolling them. I was just watching a stream last night for these kids that were spamming my chat last night, and they were like,
Mhm.
I trolled one of them. He was like, he turned down Pierce Morgan, And then he went on his page and he goes, "They wanted me to debate this freaking loser." And I wrote under that comment. I go, "Yeah, it was a smart idea not showing up because I would have owned you." Right? Like it's and they were reading the exchange back, thinking that I'm like sitting there like, "I would have owned you." I'm
Mhm,
typing that while giggling, guys. Like I'm like,
mhm.
I'm baiting you. It's what trolling is. Trolling is a fishing term. A lot of people
Yeah.
don't know it's a fishing term. Trolling, it means like dragging a line behind a slow moving boat. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to get a reaction out of people and you're trying to kind of point out hypocrisy, expose it. But the way you do it is so genius. You are amazing at impressions and you do these back and forths. The Jake
Mhm.
Shields, Dan Blizzerin one had me pissing myself. So how did you come up with that?
Well, thanks for having me on, and I'm sorry for your
Oh,
recent
thanks,
loss.
buddy.
I know it's been a crazy, crazy time. So,
Yeah.
yeah, way to kind of
Yeah.
push through it.
You
I
know,
know it's
a
all.
crash is coming, bro. A
Yeah,
crash is
yeah, you
coming.
know, reality sets. It's always this. I mean, we're evolved like
Yeah.
that. So there's like this cushion
Oh
period.
yeah,
But
I had people criticizing me for it. They were like, "How he went on Pierce Morgan?" I'm like, "My mom loved what I do.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
She would have wanted me to take that opportunity."
for
But
sure.
anyway,
But
go ahead.
in terms of my work, I'm a musician and comedian. I've been in the entertainment business for a long, long time, 15 plus years. Got into the comedy space a little while back, doing online content, impressions, stand up, and all those things. And a lot of it was really primarily about the funny impressions for funny's sake and entertainment value. And I had political views and I talked about things, but I did that on my podcast. It was more in long form conversation. I wasn't like necessarily shy about it, but for a long time, I viewed my online presence mainly as a way to strictly entertain. And then October 7th happened. And
Mhm.
for those of us in my community, I'm a modern Orthodox Jew and very connected to my community, family in Israel. We all felt this October 8th moment, where we
Mhm.
looked around and you see October 7th, this pure expression of evil that's so dark.
Mhm.
And then on October 8th, you see so many people it finding it so intense that they can't even look at it. They can't even call it out.
Mm.
There's such a apathy or even support for something like that.
Yeah.
And it was kind of this weird, like generations past screaming out like we who said we this could happen and you'd never see it coming. I was not a Trump. I was not like
Conservative.
hyster- no, I was not a hysterical. Even though I'm a grandchild of Holocaust survivors, and
Mhm.
I still wasn't one of these people who was like some liberal Jews who were more left of center
Yeah.
during the Trump era were like, "There's Nazis
Oh, I
everywhere," and
gotcha.
I was like, "No, there isn't. There's five of them over there.
There's 6,000. There's
There's
6,000.
Richard Richard Spencer's holding up a torch, and the people on the left are screaming that white supremacy and Nazis are like the biggest threat. And I'm like, you're ignoring the bigger fish here
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. However, unfortunately, it's like we've come now at a time where the culture has shifted so much, where people who were calling out wokeism and cancel culture on the right for so long, some of them have been so confused and they become so reactionary and tribal that they're afraid of looking like a leftist. So they'll never call out any bad
Yeah.
speech, anything that's obviously call out real anti-Semitism or
Yeah.
real racism
That's
because they don't.
horseshit there.
Yeah, because they don't want to sound like the woke people, and like we can walk and chew gum at the same time. Just because there were a lot of people like crying racism where there wasn't racism for a long time, for many years, and it desensitized it. Even
Mhm.
calling out anti-Semitism where it wasn't doesn't mean there isn't real ones when it's staring you in the face. And I think you lose
Yeah.
credibility if you can't make those distinctions. So I started to use my comedy both for fun and from a satirical angle because comedy has a great way of exposing what everybody is sort of
Yeah.
feeling. If it's in the form of a joke, you laugh because you're like that's so true and I feel that. And when you point it in a satirical direction to expose what is so insane about a situation, uh, it has that cleansing, crystallizing effect of exposing exactly what at its core is wrong with what we're
Well,
seeing.
you're showing how ridiculous it is, right?
Right.
You're literally highlight it. Like some of this shit really does seem like a fucking Dave Chappelle skit, right? You have
Correct.
Myron Gates. You have a Sudanese black Nazi screaming about fucking shit like the Jews, like, and I'm like, "No,"
Yeah.
but you said something important, overcorrection. I was just on Pierce, and I said something. I think it was kind of a viral moment. Just because the Me Too movement overcorrected and said believe all women doesn't mean we should say believe no women, right? And
Right.
it's the same thing. The September 8th mentality was insanely different than I'm sorry, the
October.
October 8th mentality was
Mhm.
insanely different than the September 12th mentality. And the way that I blew up and I got into this, I made a post and it got millions of views, and I said, "What the fuck happened to September 12th?" I
Mhm.
go, "Don't we hate these fucking people?" Like I thought we were never going to forget and we were going to
Mhm.
go radical Islam bad. It was literally a day later where I could see people being like, "No, no, 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 the Palestinians and they're the good guys." I go, "No, they're fucking not."
Mhm.
No, they're not. It's like, no, they chant death to America. I'm American. And
Mhm.
you get gaslit and they're like, "Oh, you're a Jew, you're a shill for Israel." I don't give a fuck about the Israeli government. I've been saying for a year and a half, I don't know how many times I've had to say, I don't know anything about the Israeli government. I've
Mhm.
been told, "Oh, Mossad, Jeffrey Epstein." I don't care. I'm an American.
Well, actually, I wanted to organize a tour for you. That's why I'm here on behalf of Bibi has sent me to this live
Yeah,
stream to take
my
you on a
shekels.
beautiful, beautiful,
I'm waiting for
a
these
beautiful
shekels
tour.
that everybody tells me I'm getting.
Yeah, I was called the Zionist shill working for the idea. They make up all this stuff because when they can't, and it's funny, they say that like when they can't, debate your ideas, they'll just smear you
Attack the
and ad
source.
hominem attack you. But it's exactly also what they try to say about us when we're criticizing bad ideas. So like it's funny, everybody's using the same
Yeah.
arguments from different positions. So it's like they're calling us the pro-Israeli, pro-civilization
Yeah.
people Nazis, and I'm like, you're supporting proud, not it's that backwards moral inversion, just like Antifa was
Yeah.
anti-fascist by being
By being
fascistic.
fascist. Yeah. Yeah, it really is. So horseshoe theory is this
Mhm.
crazy come to fruition moment
Yeah.
in this society. And for those of you that don't know, horseshoe theory is based on this idea in the political spectrum, right? Where a horseshoe is shaped like this, and the ends of the horseshoe are closer together than the top of the horseshoe. So you have the top of the horseshoe, which is centrists, moderates, people on the right and the left, right?
Mhm.
The handle, the part that you grab, and then you come down and you get far right on one side, far left on the other. Now, I know that I think it's James Lindsay. I think he coined this term woke right.
Yeah.
I was saying that in 2020. We got Sandy in the chat. She's been following me for years.
Mhm.
She can confirm. I was saying that in 2022,
Mhm.
right? I was saying woke right because when the left tried to cancel me, there was some people that are Trump voters that were doing the exact same thing because I didn't agree with them either. And
Mhm.
I called them woke conservatives, right? But then I called them woke right. And I'm
Mhm.
like, yo, you guys are doing the same. This is cancel culture. This is fascist. It's Marxist. All right, it's Marxism in a MAGA hat.
Mhm.
You know? All
Yeah.
right, guys, the timer just went off. So that means we are going to cut the feed on X and YouTube.
Mhm.
So you guys can go over to Rumble, join the live chat, but we are only giving you 30 minutes on those platforms because we want to grow this.